up, y'all? It's me, Tasha C. And in this particular video, I will be reviewing, recapping Love and Hip Hop Hollywood Season 4 Reunion Part 2. Shout out to my YouTube fam, and let's get into it, y'all. I kind of go, I'm just going to take time of a particular order this time because we picked up where we left off at. Now, they kind of, did the editing. We saw Zell looking like he's about to go over there and supposedly, call a truce with Mr. Ray, right? And all of a sudden, they show when Zell is actually going to him because, I'm looking, so, Instagram, social media and stuff like that. Zell was kind of saying, about the fight because we previously, most of us had found out, knew that there was some type of altercation, and Zell was kicked off the remaining amount of reunion. That actually made it seem like, I think Zell was saying something like the one lines that actually, Mr. Ray said the wrong stuff, and, that's why he just said forget it. But maybe I've seen too, because, so much, when you start censoring so much stuff, y'all, you can't understand what the hell is going on as far as what being said. Because eventually, if you have the ability to read people's lips and stuff like that and very good at it, or something slip out or something, or the closed captions, if you got them on your TV mic or whatever might actually catch it, you don't know what the hell's going on. But Mr. Ray sat in his seat, which he said later on, like he did that, he wasn't too much, he was kind of like in the first scene, whatever, but I mean, it was wrong of Zell. Maybe that's why maybe he had talked about Miss Nina, the host, about her, something about her, since she was talking about the fat shaming thing, and about her man had a whole baby or two babies on her or some shit like that. But after seeing this, since she was the one like, oh, he gotta leave when did this, so Mr. Ray just like in a seat, like, okay, whatever. But we expect this. Zell just had all his hands like this, like, yeah, some shit, whatever, right? And so he's got to him, he all blah something real quick, whatever. And Mr. Ray was able to kind of do this, kind of block his face, but maybe more so also because of the fact with the punch and scratch, whatever. And Miss Zell did have jewelry on, like knuckle ring, whatever, and some whatever. So, but there was blood on Mr. Ray's hands. So, of course, Zell was just like walking, like, let's go, skip and do. He did what he was supposed to do. The security got it. Even so, Lucci stood up like, man, that's not right. Mostly, majority of the cast, what I've seen, that was up there at the time. Well, Cisco wasn't there yet, nothing like that. Besides, I think, of course, Fizz is still high as hell, so I don't know if he stood up or not, or really they paid attention to it. But most of the cast, what I seen, was like, man, that's not cool. So, everyone's trying to go there to make sure he okay, look okay. And I was like, that's not right. Liv was like, I just try to ask me like to hug the truce, and that was just not right. But Mr. Ray was like, just like distraught, which was cool. He did catch him off guard, and that was one like, I'm thinking like both of them had stood up, and Ray had like did something, but Ray had did something, and that's what ticked us out. Because it was like, even when they hit before he got security basically told him like get ready to go and Zell before he went out of there, and they showed Alexis laughing. And the way, like, let's just say she was only laughing when Zell was giving the hug when they asked her later, because Nina did catch him in front of her. She never came out. She was at the reunion, but when they did talk to her and they kind of let her fade by halfway through the program, they never had her on the set at all. She was talking, in the back somewhere. So Zell's like, okay, whatever. He already said that he had no intentions. He was never going to call a truce or nothing like that. I mean, like, really? Mr. Ray, like anybody would like to go up there, like, what the hell? So he just like this, but everyone was making sure it was okay. And other people, it was just like, with so much going on. And Zell just skipping. He just like, bye, Alexis, whatever, trying to say to her, just had left. And he just like, even the car, like, goodbye, New York, or whatever. And I'm just like, and Mr. Ray's not going to press charge, but they basically try to be there for him, kind of, because it was like, it wasn't right. Like I said, majority of the cast, whatever, was like, that's not right. I think Miss Right. Everybody was just like, what the hell just happened? And that was like just so wrong and so foul. And right is right and wrong is wrong, y'all. And it was just like, really? Now, even other times, was Zell always been trying to like, tackle Tin Hut, he did used to play football. you listen to one of the interviews, whatever. So he been trying to sit here and tackle this ninja down for a long time, but it was really definitely uncalled for to do all that. He could have just said if he didn't want to do the truth, he could have just been like, whatever, and just left the shit alone. He didn't have to go as far as going on there and still taking this opportunity, like, Mr. Ray said, I'm gonna kill your mama and smack your granny, steal her wig or some shit like that. It just seemed like the way that he did the stuff he did, I was like, is there threats? Did he attack you? I'm just like, so of course they're going afterwards review, like after that, whatever, right? I know, sorry, my way Kim's time is dragging a little bit, so sorry, I'm just letting y'all know in advance. Okay, so, but anyways, y'all, he's just sitting here, and, just like I said, Zell just was like, okay, whatever. Then they had Tiara on the stage, and interesting enough, I didn't find this out. Tiara is actually Zell's cousin. And she's like, that was not cool, whatever. So everybody was talking like basically that was complete bull. Nobody agreed, except like Alexa was trying to semi-pop. Even though I don't think that was right, even though I don't like you. And Mr. Rivers, that's okay, that's fine, whatever. You having a baby was, you getting pregnant was funny. Whatever, that's why Maurice jumps you to snatch your wig off, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? But that was not right. So, get that away. And Mr. Ray's like, he's just trying to know some like I said, Zell said in his own words, like, why can't he be a snake too? You know what I'm saying? One time he want to be a python, next one be an anaconda, okay? And whatever the hell that yellow snake is and shit. He admitted his own damn self. So, maybe that's his come up. Anyway, so, after that kind of scene, they the only thing that's still right quick, they one time had they had Fizz up there, and I think maybe they're going to switch chairs. Fizz was so high, y'all. I just wanted to pet on 15 mark. It was, I think, in between when they're talking about the Brooke and Bridget love triangle, stuff like that. We'll get to that real quick in a second, right? But I just want to point out, Fizz was so high that he like this. You notice, I think he was the only one. Now, Lucci did have on shades as well, and he tried to, like I said, look like he about to go, like I said, on a mission at nighttime or whatever, ride a bike at night. But like I said, Fizz is flat out just looking like, I accidentally had paused, for a second, the TV or something, and he just like, looking like damn near a live version of Weekend at Bernie's. The black version of Bernie's, shit just high as hell. That's how fucking blown that that Fizz was, okay? Like, okay, he need to sit down. And so, when they had Brooke and Bridget and Marcus and the booby situation, and Keisha Cole, she just so chilled and stuff, whatever. And A1 was even trying to imply, they talked about the whole situation. And here, to make a long story short, because we were just going back and forth. Okay. But before we go into that, I want to get into this real quick. It almost ended up into a so-called another fight, because right after we just had Zell just like, sideswipe Mr. Ray. Okay? Here, Miss Nee was asking, I think, Nikki, about why do you think this season, like everybody, a lot of people were divided, besides, like I said, the whole thing with Hazy, but that, I ain't, leave that shit alone, that bitch. Anyway, so, she was saying, like, for example, Nikki was just saying, whatever, how she talked to the baby boys, and then she said something about Masika was said that she didn't like. She said something along the lines like divided, like, for example, like Masika says she doesn't like, Miss Lyrica, right? And here go Masika, who told you that? How do you know? Nikki the baby was like, I'm not talking to you, boo, boo, boo. So then they started talking back for patty cake, bitch, but you ain't shit, that type of talk. So we don't have to go into it. Nikki standing, Masika just playing around laying for like, oh, like she's going to get me, blah, blah, blah. And Nikki just laying on the couch like, again, like, all you did was get pregnant. That's what I'm saying. So much blurred out. I don't have time to reenact or recall. Just say it's a lot of cursing. You ain't shit, fuck bitch. You fucked everybody, blah, blah, blah. You got blah, blah, blah. You ain't shit, blah, blah, blah. Forget you and your plastic face. And I was confused because I'm like, well, had some other characters. So I think Masika just said about her being plastic, and I was kind of confused on Masika. Yeah, okay. Anyways, but you get what I'm saying. So it's back and forth, blah, 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 blah. So we get to this one of the main things that stood out was, like I said, you got the Bridget, Booby, Bobby, Ripping Mike, everybody on the stage, okay? And they're talking about the Bridget and Brooke situation. And Brooke and Mark is still saying, they're just getting along and, everything. There's peace, there's serenity, there's rivers and waters and lakes and crickets and every damn thing. And they still are not saying the status of the relationship overall, okay? They talked about, they showed the kiss or whatever. And Brooke realized, I know people, because Nina had asked Brooke about, the part of the time, if I had panties, I wouldn't have. Obviously, maybe she just like her coochie to breathe. I don't. That's her, and don't want a panty line. Maybe that's what we get. Majority, 80% time of the month. Okay, maybe that's what she's doing, because she said she wasn't wearing panties. And did y'all pay attention to Safari in the audience, kind of looking like this? Like, can she just do one basic thing to just take the right leg? I'm trying to get a view here. Lyrica, I didn't know in the first part of you, and she had a dress up to her fallopian tubes. I was just like, oh, okay, I didn't see all that. But when she stand up for one part set, I was like, oh, okay, all right. But anyways, so Safari just see the back. I'm glad they got him on stage for a minute, because he was towards the end. They had Safari. He was crying for cast, and everybody was like they're gonna miss him because he's gonna leave. So they were showing the best scenes of Safari. Safari, like I said, is actually, So they didn't show him. I haven't seen no previews yet of Love New York, which I will be reviewing as well. But yeah. So they're talking about the whole love triangle, rectangle, orangutan, Megatron, Transformer, whatever the hell was going on with the whole situation. And basically, Brooke, like I said she wasn't wearing panties, and Safari was looking like this, like come on, just one time, whatever. Okay, he was trying to see, and then on top of that, Brooke has admitted that actually she was like, I know people are not going to believe me, but I've been celibate. She's waiting for marriage now, whatever. And she said that's what she preached about Marcus, that they pray together and stuff, and that's just a belief. I mean, that's not shocking, because there are people, they sit there and wait several years for different spiritual reasons. There's nothing wrong with that, okay? Or wait till marriage, or wait till you get in a serious relation again, whether you've been, even if you, kind of, been having sex before, it was a wait. So I believe him. That's okay. So then they talk about the whole thing, and then Bridget is trying to say, it was something about Ash James. How do you feel? James like he was glad he dodged a bullet, type of thing. And Bridget's like, I don't care, blah blah blah. But did she say? I could have sworn when they did the recap, like she said, like Booby might know that her coochie is so good, whatever. And Marcus even saying, Marcus, they also brought up about the song thing. And Marcus admitted that, Bridget was like, she was mad Marcus for this thing, because he didn't tell her what's going on, that about the song thing, that it was originally Brooke's song. And he's like, yeah, but I figured it was my song. I was kind of mad at him. She was too busy with, how you call it, Little Bill, from Yogi and them, as far as Booby. And then she was making songs with him. So she, like I said, I could have sworn that she also was trying to claim she wasn't sleeping with nobody's man. She wasn't sleeping with nobody. Was she sleeping with nobody's man? I'm like, you just admitted that your coochie's so good. You cheated the times, and you said you had a lovely time, and Booby might know how your coochie is, ass Booby, and all this other stuff, and whatever. And she still keeps saying like Marcus was serious and she wasn't serious, blah blah blah. They didn't want to talk about the passionate kiss about Booby and Brooke is whatever they had. And Keisha's like, that seemed very passionate. But Keisha was like this. She did say Brooke is pretty a good, sounds like a good catch. And Booby, if they need to go ahead, they should just go ahead and hook up. She almost trying to match make and do love connection between Brooke and Booby right then and there. But is Booby ready to commit? Where apparently Brooke is celibate and waiting to the ring is, I do, sign some papers for your marriage license. Do you think Booby, if he's going to Cali, already was an island, and Bridget is, already, ready to go, and let know everybody how Cat is so good, do you believe that maybe that's like, if he's about to be serious, and if she's celibate, can he actually be fully committed and actually, like, avoid sex together, you know what I'm saying? Any type of sex activity, just actually be cool, but it was, So, they basically talking about the kiss, and they were going to say something about maybe Keisha and Marcus should have a kiss, whatever, and he kind of stood up, all the guys, some guys cheering them on like yes, and security, but they just left it alone. It was just silly, but it was just really again about the love triangle, blah blah blah. I could have sworn nobody said anything about any albums, but James also remember said a little smart remark like, you know what, they were all kind of saying like, Bridget says and Booby says they're friends. And they like, yeah, everybody like, okay, yeah, right, whatever. Basically, what type of friends that is. And then James like, what y'all making the Pussy So Good remix? I'm just everybody, so we'll see if they come back next season how that's gonna play out. But Keisha sang her little song. I do like the K-pop song. She was only having music to cast. She was performance. Besides Lyrica and her albums, and also with A1. Now you got all this love, Orangutan, Trapezoid, all this other stuff as far as going. But out of Brooke Valentine or Booby and the rest of them, as far as with that cast, and Jim Marcus also has a single. I don't know what James does besides the fact he left his wife with Bridget and stuff, and he looks very, similar to Bridget and whatever, but he's done with her supposedly. I was interesting that they didn't bring up about James, Brooke's reveal about James leaving his wife for Brooke. Okay. So anyways, y'all, they just go on that next segment, whatever, so, that continues. Like I said, it's still questionable. So anyways, here's the next, about to talk before I end this. The whole thing that almost came a third fight with Moniece, if you've seen the previews, but it's who I at least expected, okay? And by the way, before we get into this, I'm at Lyrica, and they were talking about, like, producers and stuff, and, Nina kind of asked, like, is this permanent, blah, 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 and Lyrica just said when they had A1, I think Ray J and Princess was up there. I forgot to mention she was up there. Like I said, it took the last minute. I forgot they even talked about the whole baby thing and all this other stuff. But yeah, they kind of, it was like Ray J was just doing like ad-libs or just talking, but they really, he wasn't like really in the rest of a lot of storylines. They're talking about the Chanel West thing or whatever, and he was just, A1 said like, he said like Chanel 1 is probably more humble and stuff like that, whatever now. But they didn't say what this is what Ray was like, who's you talking about? Because Lyrica, even kind of the previews, they kind of made it say like she was trying to actually talk about with Chanel and kind of edited it. But when you actually watched the segment, then she kind of like saying, like they made a pact. Lyrica and one made a pact. And the pact was actually that she was like, he been really busy, and basically this was only going to be temporarily as far as just working on the album, and then, he about to start a tour, got all this stuff going on. So really it would have been too much for him to be trying to take these artists, especially females, whatever. And after that, then I guess he can do whatever, of course. But she was like, she just wanted this project to be done, and that's that. But she was like, they were saying of the lines like, also, there's nothing wrong with him actually working with females. It just wants, just to be, and I also turned out too, we didn't know about this, that actually A1 sometimes don't want her to be working with other rap artists. She was like, she be getting hits up too, but A1 also listed everything, but not including the fact that he needs to endorse pearls. Now he got pearl. I didn't pay attention. He had pearl like all up here on his, on his coat. Like I said, he needs to invest on freshwater pearls and some nail polish. Shoot, A1 that, A1 pearls. Okay. And he let us know, like, why does she have to go to anybody else as far as, working with, as far as, I don't know if it's just producing, writing, or, interacting with, because he's like, I write, I produce, I get the pianos, I do all this, I do everything, okay? I even direct the videos. Now, I don't think he said all that, but I'm just saying he does everything, okay? So, he was like, he could do everything, so that's why, why not work with me? Simple as that. But, because she was like, like I said, she'd be, she brought that up, but she also was saying some comment, like I said, Ray was all trying to find out who the hell she was talking about, and probably a couple other folks too, but she was like this, how she dealing with some type of help and trying to like slide in DMs, talking about, hey boo, I want to work with you, and it's like, I don't mean to be offensive, but I'm not, they not even really that talented on top of that, and then trying to slide and talk to them, so like I said, she's not sitting here and forbidding him not to talk to any female or work with any females. It's just because there was a timing frame and all this other stuff, blase, and they kind of just left it there. And now here's one of the main last stories, last part, and I'm just gonna end this, and y'all gonna have a lovely night, and I hope have the rest of the week. The Tiara thing. Now they had also Masika there because like I said, Tiara. I didn't know Tiara and Zell were cousins because I never seen unless it was shown early in the episodes them really interacting with each other. You know what I mean? And one time, Tiara Marie says she's doing well. She's at water, but obviously she's not really still talking to anybody as far as we know, because I know Moniece and Nikki were saying they were trying to call him, and Tiara Reid was like, "No, you haven't called me." Then they're talking about, who didn't have her extension, I guess, maybe when she was in rehab or something. I thought you had an extension. I didn't have her extension, blah, 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 whatever, right? And, so this is where it gets heated. We got Cisco, and I'm like, this dude needs Jesus, anger management, maybe a therapist, maybe psychiatrist or something. I mean, you can be a therapist, but psychiatrist, we don't know, and maybe a mental health social worker environment. Because the same problems, the anger issues, really, I personally seem to see this ever. By the way, I forgot to mention this last episode about the whole AD thing. Like, even though I understand, I still think Tiffany's a bitter and stuff like that. AD been one actually throwing everybody under the bus because some of the stuff is like, if you talking and venting, unless you're ready to let that person go, the one number mistake is don't tell what's in the business or if the problems you have, unless you know for sure, or you fish, you're ready to move on for the person. Guess what? Because you still that darn person, your family or friends or fake ass friends, whatever, will have a problem as well. So that's what supposedly was a problem. Main problem too. Okay, back to this. So they had Tiara Reid. Tiara Reid's working out, doing well. She's posted a single called Uber in November next month, and she's actually finally going to have her next album supposed to come out in January. So y'all get ready for that. And so she's saying she's still doing it, but like I said, she's not seem like they're not saying that she's working with Cass. Now, one of the problems is that Masika was actually the one who was saying, like, she had relapsed or whatever, and Masika apologized for saying that because Masika basically said, I guess she had called her, maybe it was after rehab or whatever, or before. No, of course it was after rehab, so she said my relapse. Okay. And she was like the hefty bag, because that was the new name for Zell, because he on some, grimy, bummy shit. That's what they're saying, okay? And she's just like, Masika was like this. One time she called Terry. Maybe she was trying to also get them to reconcile or see what Masika was going to say about Zell, whatever. Because, like I said, Terry don't really mess with, at least what I see on the show, not really with Zell much like that. She said, especially what Zell did, and he seemed all proud and didn't care about what the heck he did. Like she really is not trying to mess with him like that, family or not. So she called Masika with him, and she said Hefty Bag was on the phone, he was on mute, whatever, on three-way, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere, I guess he was like, called bitch, and then hung up on the phone. So after that, and that's when Masika said, but they apologized and squashed it, whatever. But before and in between, like I said, this was how much was happening. Now, Cisco and them got on stage, and Cisco still, to a certain point, as far as I'm concerned, is not seem to be accepting not only accountability for his own actions to a certain extent, but also seems to act like Tiara Reid did not need rehab or any type of help. Or tries to blame. It's like, like Tiara Reid was blindsided, and all she needed was a Tic Tac and a piece of spearmint gum, and she was good to fucking go. And it was seriously, Tiara Reid said the best thing happened as far as that, even though she felt some type of way, like why her family wasn't there, still feel kind of boozy or has these trust issues, or was this for show, she still felt that was the best thing for her. So great. She's still working on, fresh. She's even afraid. She even gets a bottle of water. She doesn't even like in glass in a cup, whatever. So she still is cracking this variety. Do what you can, girl. Congrats. And so they're talking, and I think Moniece was out, on the second row, kind of in the front row in the audience area. And like I said, when they're bringing up, they also show about the girl, Miss, Sexual Chocolate, always in a nice swimsuit every time we've seen her. I forgot even what the child's name was. Her name Amber. And they're talking about, and again, here we go with Cisco kind of in the way, and they also show the scene where he's saying, like, your friend's not your friend, blah, blah, blah. So, Nina asked, after the show, all, the recaps, all, this edited here, this scene here. Do you think if even it was not even there at the reunion, did she make an appearance? Even Fizz was there, okay, for crying out loud. Even Chanel was there. Everybody was there except her. I think she was the only cast member that was there in the show, but was not there at all. Yeah. But anyways, so again, Tara Reid said, she feels it's a yes or no as far as whether her friends doing what they did, if they affected her and Cisco relationship. And Cisco, of course, this was his time again to show, I'm angry man, I'm going through all this stuff. And it's like, like we all go through sometimes difficulties understanding. But if your way of dealing with some anger or negativity, that, and what I'm saying, this man got kids now and stuff like that. Like, bro, you gonna end up hurting more than your damn back and stuff like that and shit like that. That's just too much stress and just all that damn anger. Mm-hmm. But anyways, he again was making it seem like as if, Moniece is the problem. Or said some comment like it's, he had a problem because Moniece was like, all she said, and Moniece was like, you know what? Basically, F you, good. You got her started. Moniece had calmed down for the past 20 damn minutes, and here you go, fucking it up for every damn body, okay? And that wasn't right. Like I said, Moniece, it's hit and miss sometimes, whatever, but it wasn't right for him to come. Like I said, it's like, you can blame other people, even though they're trying to help, and she did have help, but you sat there and actually had a girl, like I said, giving her all the Victoria's Secrets, you get the all for $60, about 5 bottles of lotion and body wash, whatever, and shit like that, and having fun with her and trying to justify it, but having all this anger. But how you have anger when they're up there trying to help the girl you're supposed to be in love with or trying to be in love with, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And because he was all like mad, talking about like Moniece, is a problem, like, here they trying to set her up or whatever. And Moniece was like, fuck you. I was only trying to be there out for a friend. So, here goes Cisco, he getting up, whatever. Like, okay, really? Because, no. Bruce Moniece got like, fuck you, suck my dick. But fuck you. It was just a lot of this and that. You only on here using, you the one who like trying to use Tara Reid, whatever, Tierra, whatever, on the show, because you don't want to got fired off New York, whatever, because of Rich Faster ass, her ex, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I just heard like bits and pieces because that's so much cuss. And then he got up like, I'm thinking like, okay, I know these nobody, even females should be some here just up here using men as punching bags, because that ain't cute either. Men ain't supposed to be having to win, and women ain't supposed to be putting hands on men. I'm sorry, even some people disagree with that. That's true. But at the same time, it's like, Cisco, you like 5 times more bigger than Moniece, and he gonna end up throwing a pillow at her. I actually honestly didn't catch that, but that's what they had said, whatever, said like, for a pillow. Like, he all getting angry, standing like, they go, security gonna catch me. Moniece gonna not able to get you. But again, like, just like he kind of had that same anger, like when Amber and Tierra confronted him, like he was gonna do some shit. Like, what the fuck is wrong with this dude? Okay? So they basically stop whatever, and they were able to, and I think we were supposed to sit down and secure, but I think they took Cisco off the stage or something like that. It was just too much going on. I'm like, this is fight attempt number 3. It actually was one technically fight, but actually, really sidestep and just, jump and catch somebody off guard, which wasn't a fair fight. Okay, there's somebody just putting hands on somebody and not being fair, and two so-called, I'm not gonna say so-called in front, but like I said, Moniece, like I said, you could just tell like she was ready to jump on, and then all of a sudden they put Cisco back on the stage, and then he all of a sudden, because they were talking about again, he was trying to justify, because Nina, I think they were talking about again about him bringing Miss Amber, Miss Chocolate Delight was on, about that, and he tried to get into this because Tierra was talking about, that was her no, that was after he had said this comment. Oh, we weren't together when we had that blowout in the studio. This is the same when he was saying, like, you ain't got no friends, your friends don't mean you well, blah, 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 okay? He, like I said, he already tried to kind of come on Moniece. It's like, almost it's like she had, like her intentions weren't well and stuff like that, but Tierra Reid did need help. Even if, say, like the dinner, and Moniece said, I wasn't trying to cause any problems, like I was trying to be there for my friend, and that's what had happened, and So they showed the clip, but like I said, he's trying to claim like he messed with that girl and had a good time. He was stressed. A lot was going to New York. This is like season 4 for him that he has said this, right? To try to justify his violent words and possible actions, violent behavior. Okay, so he was saying that he was not with this girl until after they broke up. Tierra was like, no, you were laid up with this bitch and every darn thing, whatever. That was wrong with you, whatever. Then he tried to apologize. Yeah, I was wrong, blah, blah, blah. Then he was even coming at Nikki, and he claims that Nikki and them used to fuck around. They were friends, and they were involved with each other, blah, blah, blah. Nikki, because Nikki was like, what are you talking about, whatever. But Nikki's like, they lied dick. But Tierra Marie said she was kind of, I don't think she said anything like she was mad at Nikki baby. She was more so mad that it was not told by Cisco. And again, he was like, crap. But then he was trying to change it around to a certain point, like it was never nothing serious. They just hung out. You were in New York, blah blah blah. And Nikki kept saying like, I did not fuck. There's guys who lies and dick, and that's it. And you can just keep saying what you're saying. He's like, well, God bless you. And she's like, well, thank you. So I don't know what the heck that is. If he is saying that just to say that to me, but she was like, I've been friends with him for years. Even though we all know people can say friends, and even sometimes cousins, stuff like that, and that could be a cover up. In some cases. So other than that, that was pretty much, like I said, they kind of just left it alone, and Tara Reid, like I said, just decided to get herself together. But like I said, Cisco really does have some issues, and it kind of just showed tonight. It's just good. It's great Tara Reid was able to get herself together, and like I said, too much after that besides Keisha's performance and Shabari kind of crying, Nikki and everybody hugging, and they said they were going to miss him, and just saying for real. That's kind of how the show kind of ended. And I think it was on the part of the show Lexus was saying something or laughing or shocked about something. But after that, after Zale attacked Mr. Ray, it was pretty much over with. And that was that. But like I said, Cisco, I don't know if we're going to see. Is he going to be back in New York, whatever? But yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's a lot right there. But at the end of the day, the season's over with. Part 2. I know y'all was like, if y'all pay attention, I've been up there just filling my hair. Sorry, I don't have braids. Sorry, it is what it is. But anyways, y'all have pleasant my husband loves, and I'll see y'all. We are done with this season. I'm sorry, that's all I can do with this episode, and whatever is done. Okay, we don't know until next season if Bridget comes back and her coochie's still so good. What is Brooke and Groovy, and buy Keisha Cole's album 11 Reset, and Lyrica, and everyone seems to be taking off his career, and Lyrica's also has her LP or album as well, and the rest of the cast we'll just see from there, or just read the blogs and Instagram stuff like that, and just call from there, y'all. And I guess we'll see Alexis and see how this goes with her pregnancy and her and Freddie Watts' relationship. And we don't know if Zale is coming back. I don't know if he on Chop Block with Hazel or not. But anyway, y'all, hugs and loves. I'll see you on the next one. Well, I actually see you on the next Love and Hip Hop franchise again. Love and Hip Hop. Okay, take care, y'all.